here with the Queen Davids. It's very good to connect with you today, and I hope this video finds you doing very well. Wanted to touch base with y'all about a few things today. So, there's always so much to talk about. I definitely need to get more consistent and into a routine to always get caught up a little bit better. So, first, I have been trying to get back into a good fitness routine. I had asked for some comments about some recipes and some motivation. I am going to have some tidbits coming soon from volunteers to share some of their favorite recipes as well as things that they do to stay motivated. So be looking forward to that. I'm very excited about that little segment. So for this month, I had a goal of 50 miles to accomplish for the month. And if you kept up with Centro de Jubilos page, which I also shared, I did Keeping Up with Pastor Dan, in which I was joining my father on a walk. Now, his goal is 30 miles weekly, 30 miles a week. I was trying to do 50 miles in a month, just trying to get back onto my fitness routine and on that train to hopefully getting more and more miles. Today is July 29th, and I am barely over 30 miles. So as far as my goal and where I want it to be, I'm not accomplishing it. I'm a little less than 20 miles shy. So I'm really disappointed in that. However, I am going to forgive myself because I feel like, I think I can do it. So my goal is new goal is for next month, which now will be August. Now I am back at work. This is week 2 for me to be back at work, and it's a little bit different and difficult, but I'm pretty proud of the fact that I've actually gotten on the treadmill during the week. So that's been, I think, an accomplishment, one of those little, that's a victory, yay, I'm gonna count it as victory. Now, of course, I just need to reassess then and look at what goal did I have, did I reach it or not, what is my action plan then to get there for later on. Something else that I'm really, really excited about is our next giveaway. Now, what we're trying to do is promote some more touches and contacts with our videos. So make sure that you're sharing, you're liking our page, our posts. Make sure that you're checking out our YouTube channel. Make sure that you're checking out our Instagram, things like that. The more that you're checking out these things, the better chance you're going to have to be able to be put in for our drawing for our giveaways. Now, I do have several ideas for our next couple of giveaways. Remember that 2020 is our 10-year anniversary for the Queen Davids, so we're really trying, even though this year's been kind of wonky and just not what we expected, I am very excited about trying to continue with our giveaways. However, one that I'm really, really stoked about is a book that was recommended to me. Very, very huge thanks to my cousin Mina, who suggested this book to me, and I have now read it. And now I'm going back through my notes because I made numerous notes. But if you have not heard of this gentleman, his name is David Goggins. David Goggins is a former Navy SEAL, Army Ranger, ultra marathoner. He has many accomplishments to his name. So his book, Can't Hurt Me, is a book that we are going to be giving away. Now, it is not my traditional giveaway, all right? So let me just go ahead and put this as a little disclaimer out there. This is not a Christian read. This is not a biblically based book. Now, we are going to talk about the spiritual aspects that can be thought about along with this, but his is very much about the physical and the mental challenges that we put upon ourselves. So for me, trying to get back into my routine physically, this is really, really encouraging and inspiring me, as well as the mental. That is definitely the battlefield of the mind is a real thing, and so sometimes we limit ourselves is what he's talking about. And then of course, as I share little bits and pieces about him and in this book, I'll share with you also the spiritual aspects that go along with that. With that in mind, this is a military man, and so there is colorful language, okay? So I just want to make it clear that I, am not going to say one thing or the other about that. I'm just saying that if that is not your type of read and you win this book, that you are aware. I don't want you to be like, oh, he said what words? Yeah, they're all over the place. So, but what I want you to take away is what he shares, okay? So it is autobiographical in the sense that he shares his story of growing up, his family life. He had a very, very rough beginning, and then the things that he had to do to overcome that. And I really like it because at the very, very end is kind of this whole wrap up, and you realize that a lot of times we're doing things thinking that we are conquering and accomplishing, but really we're not dealing with the root issues. And so I really, really like how he just kind of brings it all together. So I'm really, really excited about this one. I'm actually hoping to have multiple copies to be able to give away. So if you're interested, make sure you're paying attention. Make sure that you're taking a look at our page. I'm going to have more information about that coming soon, as well as actually sharing some excerpts from the book, just to give you an idea. I'm looking forward to that one. All right, gonna talk a little bit about something that I am seeing all around me, especially now that I'm back at work. So what I am seeing in our society and our days today is just stress and anxiety. What I'm seeing as well is that it's not just because of the pandemic, it's not just because of financial issues, it's not just because of returning to work, it's not just, so basically it's not one thing or another, it's a combination of things. So if I was already worried about the pandemic, and I've been furloughed or lost my job, or I'm having to look for another job, and I have a loved one who is sick, and I have marital problems, and I'm facing financial problems, right? Like what I'm seeing is what happens is we begin to just be overloaded. So I've been seeing that quite a bit. So there are lots and lots of verses in the Bible that talk about casting our cares on him, dealing with worry, anxiety. If God cares for you, if he cares for the birds, of course he cares for you. Look how he does for them. Of course he's going to do for you. I think what happens though is we read it and we think that's good, but I don't feel it. So my life verse, and we've talked about this in videos past about what the life verse is, and the life verse is kind of like that verse that you just knew. It was that connection. It made it real for you. My life verse is 1 Peter 5:7, where it says, cast your cares on him, for he cares for you. And I really, really had to learn to live by that verse. I have battled with anxiety before, and I can tell you that the moment I knew that I had to conquer it was when I had to be taken by an ambulance to the emergency room because my anxiety was at its highest, at its most affecting, I just felt completely out of control. And it was a terrible, terrible feeling. If you are not familiar with anxiety and what it can cause, it is a debilitating, it has a debilitating effect. And you need to understand that. Because now I have conquered that, and I don't live in fear anymore, almost with nothing. I don't want to say I don't have any fear at all with anything, because there's always little worries or concerns, but again, I deal with them, and I have to trust God. But I think, I've conquered just that constant anxiety. It would get to the point where I would have panic attacks. It would get to the point where I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was going to pass out. I couldn't function. I was put on medication. And then again, I had that experience where I was being taken to the hospital in an ambulance, and I knew I could not live my life that way. So for those of you that this may be an issue that you're facing right now, and it's with good reason. I don't want to dismiss or make it seem like, why are you worried? Come on, I don't want it to seem that way or to feel that way. I understand that it's very real. It is very real. However, there is hope. There is hope. And if you are watching this and you are a believer, you already have a relationship with Jesus Christ, I just want to remind you to ask yourself the question that can squelch every fear. And that is, do you trust him? That is a very, very deep question that perhaps you wrestle with. If you cannot answer, yes, I trust him, then that's part of why you have that fear and anxiety. If you say, yes, I trust him, but, then you don't trust him. You can't use that. You can't have the but, there's no comma, right? I trust him, period, end of sentence. That is all there is to it. But if you have the comma, but, then that's not trust. That's not trust. But ask yourself that question, because then you might get a reason to dig a little deeper. Do you trust him? If you're unsure or the answer is no and I don't know why, then you can begin to deal with that and certainly reach out to us at the Queen Davids if that is the case. We want to be able to pray for you, encourage you, motivate you, put you on that right path. Now, if you are watching this and you are not a believer, I can't offer anything except to say turn to Jesus Christ, to establish that relationship with him so that you can have that trust and know without a doubt that it is possible to have that life filled with hope. It is possible. As always, if you would like to reach out to us, please go ahead and send us a message. You can use our Facebook page. You can contact us at 713-447-6977 and either send a text or leave a voicemail. You can reach us at thequeendavids@gmail.com if you prefer to leave if you prefer to send an email. You can also private message us on Facebook as well. So there's a lot of different ways, a lot of different avenues to be able to get a hold of us. But let us know, please, 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 how we can pray for you and support you. If you're a baby Christian, you're new to all of this, let us know what we can do for you. And if you're a veteran of the faith, let us know how we can pray for you and encourage you as well. If you have any ideas about what you would like to see us talk about or bring onto the Queen Davids platform, would you let us know, please? There is something to be said about praying, coming together and praying for each other. Every Sunday we have our prayer box that we pray over with all the petitions that have been brought to us. So if you would like us to put your name in there, please let us know. If you would like to contact somebody, have someone actually either reach out with a phone call or text message or something of that nature, let us know that as well. We are certainly aware that maybe not everybody wants a face-to-face visit, but we can Zoom even if you would like to. We can do a FaceTime, we can do Messenger, whatever we need to do to make sure that you are getting the support, encouragement, and motivation that you need. We love you and we hope that you have a wonderful, blessed, beautiful day. Bye.